Well, welcome back, everybody. My name is Brandon Ivey, and welcome to the Brandon Ivey Show. This is the first tip of the day for the new year for 2013, and the tip of today is be grateful, be thankful. Be thankful for where you are, be thankful for what you have, because you made it to another year. No matter what happened in 2012, none of that matters now. You now have a brand new clean slate to start all over again. For some of you, you may think that 2012 was the worst year ever. Well, I want to tell you something. 2011 personally was the worst year of my life for me and my family. 2011. And when 1 year ago, New Year's 2011, New Year's going into 2012, we sat down and we had our, set our goals and New Year's resolutions and where we wanted to be. And I remember something my grandma, I had a talk with her a couple of days before at Christmas, and she just saw the look on my face. You know how family can tell when you just, something's just not right. And she told me, she said, I know that 2011 has been a tough year for you and your wife, but I want you to focus on anything positive that happened in 2011 and be grateful and be thankful for it. And even through the trials and tribulations, you went through a learning experience. In 2011, you learned from it, and the lessons that you learned is priceless. It's priceless. You're actually going to turn out a better person with more experience and skill than you did in 2010 because of the situation that you guys went through. And 2011 was one of those years, the threats of getting laid off, to getting terminated from companies, to losing your residual income overnight, to even a bigger situation that's personal between my family and I that I've never shared. And it just seemed like when it rains, it pours. And could 2012 be any better? And she said, don't focus on those bad things that happened in 2011. Focus on the good that happened and be thankful and grateful that the Lord brought you out of that. So now you're able to start a brand new year with a new clean slate of 2012. And talk about a turnaround. I had no idea that in 2012 would end the way it did. I started out 2012 in one company. I was one of the top producers in that company. Things at that time were looking absolutely fantastic. Of course, there were some glitches and errors here and there, but we ended the year on a high. And if I'll go back in my memory and I can remember, I do remember we had grown our residual income. We had built a large organization in just a few months. It's like the months of October and November were some of my biggest months ever in network marketing in business. So as far as business is concerned, we ended the year strong, even though if you look at the year as a total, it was a disaster. There's no other way to say so. It was a disaster, but business, we ended the year strong. And I was looking forward to 2012 in business. And one of my goals was I wanted to be able to retire and walk off my job by the summer of 2012. That was my goal. And I had put that down for 1 year ago. That was the goal. And in the company I was in, I fully expected that to happen. Well, fate has a funny thing to it. Lo and behold, let's see, go January, February, March, 4 months later, the complete opposite was taking place. with the company that I was with. It was not, I was making 4 figures a month, but it was not gonna get to where I wanted to go with my time frame. It just wasn't, especially with who we were working with, the owner of the company. And we made a transition and joined a company called Vitel. Funny thing is, I had heard of Vitel in 2011. Members of my team had joined Vitel in 2011. And at the time, I looked at Vitel as a little company that really was trying to make its mark in an industry that I thought was dead and gone in the wireless industry. And I didn't take Vitel serious at all. I didn't even give it a second look. But funny how things change. And I joined this little startup company. And 3.5 months later, on my 36th birthday, 2012, July 13th, I was able to walk off my job, retire at the age of 36. It's going 6 months since I've had a job, and I have more money in the bank today than I did when I walked off my job. How cool is that? To have one of the worst years of your life in 2011 to one of the best years of your life in 2012. Your past does not dictate your future. Your future is what you make of it based on the decisions you make to change. See, if you keep doing the same thing you've been doing, you're always going to keep getting what you've been getting. That's called insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And just because something bad happens doesn't mean something bad will always happen. In fact, it's not that something bad happened, it's just that an incident happened. Issues happen. It's a chance to learn. And your future is not set in stone. It's based on how you act from this point forward. That was a lesson I learned. When I take those 2 years, 2011 and 2012, and the difference, I know that anything is possible that you put your mind to. Whatever you wish, whatever you desire, regardless of the facts or what has happened in the past, tomorrow is a new day. And here we are, the beginning of January 2013. And I look at the rest of this year. It's an adventure. Where are you going to be 12 months from now? You can't predict. However, you can put down a roadmap. See, one thing I learned in 2012, I set a goal that I was going to be retired. I wanted to walk off my job by the summertime. I thought of what happened in one company, and it didn't. But that didn't mean that my goals stopped. Just because I joined Vitel, I still met that goal. I was determined and walked off my job in 3.5 months. 2013, I have a new goal. Long-term goal for this year. I want to make my first $1 million in 1 year and be at the 6-figure-a-month range by the summertime. Talk about a year difference, right? 2011, I was facing being laid off. 2012, I retired and walked off my job. And guess what? 2013, millionaire. A 3-year journey. Nothing happens overnight. I'm telling you that right now. Nothing happens overnight. You have to have a roadmap. You have to have a journey. You have to have goals set. You need to know what it is that you want. And not focus on how you're going to get there. That was a lesson I learned a while ago. Do not focus on how you are going to get there, because by default you're going to be thinking about how it's not going to happen based on your current circumstances. So that's the wrong thing to focus on. How am I going to get there? How? By doing that, it's like you lack the faith. Faith dictates that it will happen no matter what. You just have to believe and have faith that it will happen. And focus on what it is you want, why you want it, and the feeling of what it feels like to have it, as if you already have achieved it. Right now, I speak as if I am a millionaire, because I am. The paperwork just hasn't hit my bank account yet. That's my new outlook for 2013. I don't know where the wind is going to take me, but I'm going to have faith and trust in my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. That if I keep Him in focus, everything is going to turn out the way it is supposed to. Not by sitting on my couch doing absolutely nothing, waiting for a miracle to happen. Not by making a New Year's resolution that I want to make more money and lose weight, but not go to the gym or actually do anything different to earn more money. But you actually have to go out there and do the best you possibly can in whatever it is you're doing. If you're working a job right now and you don't like your job, be the best in your job at what you do. Go into work with a smile if you hate your job. Sounds oxymoron, right? Treat the people in your office that you can't stand with the utmost respect. Do something different. You can only control what you can control, and those are the things you have full control over. You will be amazed at what the results are going to be. Be the best at whatever it is you're doing, even though you don't want to do it. I'm looking forward to 2013. I'm looking forward to see what adventure that this year is going to bring, where we're going to be. Does that mean everything's going to be easy and peaches and roses and just no effort? Absolutely not. I expect that there's going to be issues and problems. That's life. I expect it, but I'm going in knowing that I have the frame of mind and the mental capacity to choose how I deal and handle with setbacks, letdowns. People are going to stab me in the back. People are going to talk bad about me. People are going to leave me. It's a guarantee that's part of life. And none of that is going to stop me from becoming a millionaire. All right? And it shouldn't stop you either. But before you move a muscle, look back on 2012 and be thankful and grateful for everything positive that has happened in your life in 2012. And be thankful that you're here to experience 2013 when a lot of people didn't make it this far. A lot of people who woke up January in 2012 and they had goals and plans for 2012 and they didn't make it. No fault of their own. So you being here is not an accident. You still have something to do. Don't take it for granted. Don't fall back on the rat race of what you did in 2012 and do the same thing over and over again. I challenge you to do something fantastic. Do something that scares you to death. And just see what the results are going to be. What do you have to lose? Absolutely nothing. So with that, thank you guys for listening to me. This is the first tip of the new year, January 2013. I will be a millionaire. How about you? This is the Brandon Ivey Show. My name is Brandon Ivey, Regional Vice President with Vitel. See you next time. Bye-bye.